There was reporting that between pro-Israeli and pro-Palestinian protesters on the University of Alabama's campus within the past few days, the one thing that they agreed on is in unison they were chanting F Joe Biden over this issue. So that was the only moment of agreement there. Do you think that President Biden's making remarks today was any type of course correction?
I think his making remarks was a welcome course correction. I think he had to get out there and lay a marker down that there is a difference between free speech, holding a rally at a time and a manner with a permit, and then going home and setting up tents and taking over buildings and campuses and defacing property and holding up signs that threaten Jews and that are anti Semitic in nature. And I think the president laid out exactly that difference, as he should have, and I'm glad he did it.
Mark, as we sit here, like I said at the top of our conversation, we're 6 months out from the presidential election. Between now and then, as we know, anything and everything can change. But what are you specifically looking out for?
I'm looking at, does the president respond on immigration? Does Donald Trump get convicted? Can the president show that he's up for a second term? Because a lot of people think age, is a factor. Does inflation come down and the Fed start to lower interest rates? Boy, there are a lot of things outstanding here that could have 10, well, easily 5 point impacts on the race. So if anyone wants to call it over, it's not over. But it is in the middle now. We're not in the beginning. A lot of attitudes here are set, right? They're not going to change, overnight. There's a lot of events that can occur. Still have to see the conventions. Will the Democratic convention be a stellar convention? Will there be demonstrations that disrupt it? Will it look chaotic like 1968? I think a lot of Democratic strategists are figuring out how to avoid that now. Will the Republican convention look like it was in 2020? Will it be different? 2016 was a really bizarre convention. There's so much left here that just buckle up in your seatbelts and as a voter, and I hope the voters will get more informed about the issues, what's really happening with the budget, inflation, what is happening with immigration, what is foreign policy, what role should the U.S. play. These are the big questions that used to be considered in elections, and whether or not the voters talk about it or they just talk about irrelevant smaller issues, those are the issues that will really be decided in this election.